Hello, this is a game I made in the span of a summer, 2 or 3 months more or less. It's basically a bunch of fights, and every fight it's more complex and harder than the previous one. The first one is very simple, it's just some guy throwing weights at you, and you have to dodge them and jump over him and eventually kill him. Now the second fight, it's this guy that keeps eating tacos because you throw tacos. You're supposed to be, it's kind of a joke. You throw tacos as a projectile, so he eats them and he gets fatter and fatter. And you have to destroy the machines, the fitness machines, so he doesn't recover and get thin again. And eventually he's so fat he explodes and you win. Then this guy gets up as a cyborg and you have to shoot him between the gaps of his shield, because if you don't do that, your own projectile comes back at you and hurts you. So it's basically a matter of timing. Then there's this guy. This one flies and he keeps throwing crosses at you. Now the crosses hurt you, but if you dodge them, then you can climb on them. You can use them as a stair and you can shoot him. And that's the whole mechanic and the trick to get this guy. But eventually, when there's a lot of crosses on the screen, he does this flash and destroys every cross, and you have to start all over again. Also, if you come very close to him, he meets a barrier that hurts you. So you have to do it from a distance. When you kill him, he goes into his second form, which is basically a tank with him inside. The bullets in this tank work different than all the ones prior to this one. They are affected by physics, so they fall in a more natural way, and it's harder to predict. But you have to get the right timing and shoot the guy when he comes out of the tank, and then you can win. Now the last guy has three forms. In the first one he jumps around from side to side and he shoots at you with the same, they are similar bullets to the tank, not exactly identical, but they have also kind of unpredictable patterns. Then he goes into the air and he starts crying until everything is flooded, so there's a lot of water, and this water drags you to the left or to the right. So basically it's harder to move and to dodge the projectiles. Then he goes into his final form. He starts floating in the air and he shoots arrows at you. Now these arrows, they are the same ones from a rhythm game, Dance Dance Revolution, I think. And the trick is that if you recognize that, you know that if you follow the direction of the arrow, it won't hurt you. Like if you press up when an up arrow is passing through you, it won't hurt you. It won't do any damage. And that's the trick. And all these enemies are constructed so if you know how to beat them, it's pretty easy. You can even do it without getting touched a single time. If you don't know how they work, then it can be very hard. So my goal was to make like a cross between an action game and a puzzle game. Then I made this small flash animation at the end. I mean, my artistic skills are not very good, but I did this as a programming. I did this to try and design a game.